Hi, I'm Mike Stallard. I'm the Vice President of International Ministry for the Friends of Israel Gospel Ministry. And I want to share with you a little bit about Halina Tribute. We're putting together some pictures and videos and some interviews of our workers in Poland who worked with this wonderful lady who recently went to be with the Lord. She was around 102 years old. She was a remarkable lady. She was in the ghetto, the Warsaw Ghetto, during World War II as a Polish teenager working for the Polish Underground Army. And she's not Jewish, she was Gentile, but she was in the Jewish ghetto fighting the Nazis. She survived the war. Later on, she went to Argentina. When Victor Buxbazen was our executive director, he asked her to go back to Poland and help start a Jewish ministry for the Friends of Israel. And she did that. And the legacy that she has left is one of the most remarkable stories in the history of Friends of Israel. She helped start the children's camps, the summer children's camps for Russian-speaking children from Ukraine, Belarus, and other places. She's helped start the Holidays with the Bible, the summer Bible camps that we have for adults, and stood against anti-Semitism and organized and recruited and trained workers. And we have the most robust team of anywhere in the world in Poland. And we're very thankful for them, and almost all of them have been touched by the hand of Halina Tribute. And there was a book that was written about her by Elwood McQuaid, and I read that book. I was interested in her. I've been involved with the Friends of Israel as a trustee before I came to work as an employee, and also before that I followed the ministry. It's a wonderful ministry. And when I got into the book, and I was excited about this person, and I finally got a chance to actually meet her. Back in 2019, she was around 99 years old, frail, and I went into her room, I stood and whispered in her ear, talked in her ear as much as I could so she could hear me, and told her that the Friends of Israel loves you and appreciates you, and we will never ever forget you. And Halina, as one of the premier workers that we have ever had, has done more to advance the cause of Christ in Eastern Europe, and a ministry in behalf of the Jewish people, loving the Jewish people with an everlasting love like God has. And she wants to be like her Lord, and we thank God that she was.
I met Sister Halina Tribute when I was 19 years old. She taught me about Israel and about church. And the Lord used her calling me to the Jewish ministry. For several years I lived with her and we prayed together and we read Bible together. It was a great blessing for my life.
Sister Halina, also known as Sister Alice, was a great example of Christian life for many Christians in Poland, including myself. She influenced many people's lives, and she was a woman of prayer. I remember her as a woman who prayed a lot. She prayed when there was an urgent need for some prayer. If she would never delay her prayer, she would pray right away. And I remember that she prayed a lot. Also for me, when the Lord called me to the Jewish ministry, I shared that with Sister Halina, and she told me, she answered me, well, I waited upon the Lord to call you. I didn't want to persuade you myself into this ministry. I waited upon the Lord to call you, and then she recommended me to the Friends of Israel, and that's how my ministry with the Friends of Israel started over 20 years ago.
I met Sister Halina, or as we affectionately always called her in Poland, Auntie Halina, almost 44 years ago very soon after I had become a born-again believer. She gave 3 lectures, and one of them was entitled Role of Israel in God's Plan of Mankind's Salvation. There was something in Auntie Halina and the way she presented the biblical truths that really drew me to her, and I took courage after the lecture to come up to her and share with her my doubts. Auntie Halina didn't smile at me, didn't laugh. She took what I said very seriously. What she said at the end has stayed with me ever since. She said to me, always remember that the faith is more important and the understanding comes later. So from the very beginning, I was learning from her to take steps of faith. The Lord used Halina to show me His plan for Israel and for the church. I cannot imagine how it could have been otherwise without Halina in my life. She was invited to speak briefly about the Jewish ministry in Poland at a big Campus Crusade for Christ conference. She was given 10 minutes time, but she wanted to include me. So she said this, look, I will take 7 minutes, but I will give you 3 minutes. So you pray and trust the Lord that He will help you to use these 3 minutes well. I shared briefly my testimony and I sang a song in Hebrew and I finished. And then I looked at my watch and I was amazed because it was exactly 3 minutes that I used. It was such a lesson to me in small things, to trust the Lord, to pray for everything and to trust the Lord.
I met Ciocia Halina for the first time when I was still a teenager. It was during an evangelization event in Poland. I heard her sharing the gospel and talking about God's great love for Israel, all at the same time. So after the meeting I had a lot of questions to her. From the first contact, from the beginning, my heart was completely captivated by this elderly little lady. It was not only about the way she spoke or looked at me, but I had this feeling of God Himself touching my heart. It was something that changed my life, that gave new direction in ministry, in my future searching for what is in God's heart. And it is His great love for Israel. This is Ciocia Halina's legacy for my life also. I praise God for her life, and I have to mention also that she was the first person that handed me a copy of Israel My Glory.
Halina has done more to advance the cause of Christ in Eastern Europe, loving the Jewish people with an everlasting love like God has. And she wants to be like her Lord, and we thank God that she was